Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that's on the horizon, something that feels both distant and incredibly close, Christmas 2025. Now, I know what you might be thinking. We just got through the last holiday season. Why are we jumping ahead so far? But stick with me, because there are some fascinating shifts happening in our world and within our faith that suggests Christmas 2025 won't just be another holiday. It could be a genuinely different and maybe even more meaningful experience for every single Christian. Let's start with the big picture. The world is changing at a breathtaking pace. Technology, culture, the way we connect with each other, it's all in flux. And our faith, which is a living, breathing part of our lives, isn't separate from these changes. It responds and adapts. By 2025, we'll be living in a world even more interconnected than it is today. Think about it. Virtual reality, augmented reality, and advanced AI are no longer science fiction. They're becoming part of our daily fabric. So, how does this affect Christmas? Imagine this. A Christmas Eve service where you are not just watching a live stream from a church halfway across the world, but you're virtually there. You're sitting in a pew, seeing the candlelight flicker, hearing the choir as if they're right in front of you, sharing that sacred space with believers from every continent. This isn't about replacing the physical church. Nothing can replace the warmth of a real-life handshake or a hug from a fellow church member. But it's about expanding the very definition of fellowship. For those who are isolated, sick, or living surrogate countries where they can't worship freely, this technology could be a lifeline. It could bring the global family of Christ together in a way that was never before possible. Christmas 2025 could be the most globally connected Christmas in history. Now let's talk about something closer to home, our local communities. In recent years, we've seen a growing desire for authenticity and genuine connection. People are tired of the commercialism that so often drowns out the true meaning of Christmas. I believe that by 2025, we're going to see a powerful grassroots movement pushing back against this. It's already starting. Christians are actively seeking ways to make the holiday less about what we can buy and more about what we can give of ourselves. This means we'll likely see a surge in community-focused Christmas celebrations. Instead of just a traditional service, churches might host Advent Action Weeks, where the entire congregation dedicates Tom and Shujan to serving the homeless, visiting nursing homes, or organizing food drives. The focus will shift from a one-day celebration to a season of active love and service. The joy of Christmas will be found not in unwrapping presents, but in wrapping our arms around our communities. Your Christmas in 2025 might be defined by the new relationships you build and the tangible difference you make right where you live. It's about embodying the spirit of Christ's love in a very real, hands-on way. This leads to my next point, a renewed focus on personal, spiritual discipline. With all the noise and distraction of the modern world, there's a growing hunger for silence, reflection, and a deeper personal connection with God. The lead up to Christmas, the season of Advent, is the perfect time for this. I predict that by 2025, we'll see a revival of ancient Advent practices. More Christians will be intentionally unplugging from social media, fasting, and dedicating serious time to prayer and studying the scriptures. Imagine your Advent season in 2025 not as a frantic rush of shopping and parties, but as a peaceful, intentional journey. You might join a small group dedicated to reading through the nativity stories in the Gospels, sharing insights and prayers each day. Or maybe you'll create a digital desert for yourself, turning off your phone for an hour each evening to just sit in silence and listen for God's voice. This shift will transform Christmas morning. The birth of Jesus won't just be a story we retell. It will be the culmination of a personal, spiritual pilgrimage. The joy will be deeper, the peace more profound, because we've spent time preparing our own hearts to receive the King. Let's also consider the global church. Christianity is growing fastest in the global South, in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Their expressions of faith are vibrant, passionate, and deeply rooted in their own unique cultures. By 2025, Taman de Sheng Yin in the global Christian conversation will be louder and more influential than ever. This is incredibly exciting for Christmas. We're going to see our Western traditions beautifully enriched by carols in new languages, nativity stories told through different cultural lenses, and celebration styles that are full of life and color. Christmas 2025 won't be a monologue dictated by Western traditions. It will be a global symphony. We might celebrate by cooking a dish inspired by an Ethiopian Christmas feast, or learning a Filipino Christmas carol, or watching a nativity play performed in a style native to Brazil. This exchange will break down our cultural silos and remind us that the message of peace on earth, goodwill to all, is for every tribe and every nation. It will make our own faith richer and our understanding of God's kingdom bigger. Our Christmas will be different because our family will feel larger and more diverse than ever before. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, I believe Christmas 2025 will be different because of the challenges we are facing and will continue to face. Economic uncertainty, social division, environmental concerns, these things weigh heavily on us. But as Christians, our hope is not in a perfect world. Our hope is in a Savior who entered into our broken, messy world. The challenges we face can actually clarify the meaning of Christmas. When we feel the strain of a tight budget, the commercialism of Christmas feels even emptier, and the free gift of God's grace feels infinitely more precious. When we see division in the world, the message Guango an angel announcing good news for all people becomes radically powerful. The darker the night, the brighter the star of Bethlehem shines. Christmas 2025 won't be an escape from reality. It will be a powerful declaration of hope right in the middle of it. Our celebrations will be less about creating a perfect, picturesque holiday and more about clinging to the rugged, world-changing hope of the Incarnation. It will be a Christmas of profound resilience, a defiant celebration of light in the darkness. So why will Christmas 2025 be different? Because we will be different. We will be more connected globally, more engaged locally, more disciplined personally, and more reliant on God's grace than ever before. It's a Christmas that's less about passive observation and more about active participation. It's about leveraging technology for fellowship, reclaiming the season for service, deepening our personal walk with God, embracing our global family, and finding hope in the midst of hardship. It's a vision of Christmas that is more challenging, yes, but also infinitely more rewarding. What do you think? How do you see Christmas evolving in the coming years? I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start this conversation. Thanks so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more discussions like this. See you in the next one.